It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LATE as one of the major stimulus checks featured on this channel for over a year got a major update and expansion overnight. We'll go over that huge stimulus check and which one was it. Exciting news today on a brand new Afternoons LA from the shores of Santa Monica, California. 2023 stimulus checks are huge because a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, and one of them was expanded by the Biden administration Friday night. Well, the latest details across the board. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI. Stimulus checks for you, SSDI. SSA of veterans, a low income. Massive stimulus checks across the board for individuals who made less than $75,000 last year. Married couple, $150,000 across the board. But one of the stimulus checks in this list got a major expansion overnight. Well, the latest details of what's happening across the board as well. Plus, we'll be looking at the latest details of the markets. Look at these two coins doing a beautiful run across the board today, while the latest details on these coins making big runs, and also Bit, Ethereum, and Decentraland. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, reported massive numbers this week, but the rest of the market's not particularly robust. We'll be looking to see what happened with Amazon and Google late on Friday, but become a member, because all of this is in the membership newsletter. 2023 stimulus checks are huge, and they're all in the incredible membership newsletter. Step 1, become a member. Join this channel. Step 2, go into the membership newsletter. Step 3, watch this entire broadcast, because we're going to go over each of the incredible checks for you, one at a time. And then membership newsletter now features more than just stimulus checks. It also features the latest details on the coins making news, the stocks making news, and the economic data across the board. We also had a major report that came in overnight, and it was the jobs report, and it was an absolute shocker, needless to say. While a lot of major news to go over this beautiful afternoon of the Afternoons LA. We have the latest details on the economic data, corporate earnings, cryptocurrency moves, and the massive stimulus and that brand new expansion, one of your most beloved stimulus checks overnight by the Biden administration. It's a big day, and I'm excited you're here from the shores of Santa Monica, California. It's a brand new Afternoons LA. Let's get to the deliciousness one at a time. One check, one penny across the board, and a lot of deliciousness. It all starts right here, right now, on a brand new Afternoons LA for 2023. Good afternoon, everybody. I once said that the best time to watch shows on LA is on the weekends. Why? Because we have so much data that comes in late at the end of the week, and it all comes together. And late Friday night, one of the stimulus checks featured on this channel for over a year. These are stimulus checks for you, SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income, 2023 stimulus checks. One of these on this list got expanded by the Biden administration. No one else recorded it. No one else saw it. I tracked it because this is number one for stimulus in America. It's LA. In this broadcast, we're going to go over these massive 2023 stimulus checks. Then we'll go over what happened with the markets, economic data with jobs report on Friday, corporate earnings, and crypto as well. Boy, we have a lot of exciting details across the board. First, let's go over these 2023 stimulus checks. They're all for you. They were passed over the last 3 years, 2021 and 2022. And they're stimulus checks for you, SSI. Go get them. I'm going to show you how to get them in this recording. Stay with me. SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income, $75,000 or less last year. Married couple, $150,000 or less across the board. What are we going to do in this recording? First, we're going to go over stimulus checks A to C. Then we'll take a break. We'll look at that incredible membership newsletter. Have you become a member? Because that is where people are getting big sums of money for over 3 years. And now the membership newsletter features more than ever before, more stimulus, more updates, and it's updated throughout the day. No one does this breadth of coverage for you except the incredible Purple Power family here on LALATE. That newsletter is right there. Become a member. Go right in this video. Join the channel. Welcome to the brand new 100 members in the last 24, 48 hours. We're going to go over that membership newsletter after stimulus check C. Then we'll go to E to K and L to Q. But without a delay, let's go right into the first 3 stimulus checks. A, B, and C. All the stimulus checks on that screen have the same eligibility. If you made less than 75,000 less, go get it. 150,000 less, a married couple, go get them. And they're paying out on average about 5 checks per month, $3,000 a month, 18 months of beautiful stimulus checks. Let's look at those first 3 checks, A, B, and C, and understand where they came from. Those first 3 checks came from the President of the United States in spring of last year. And they're huge. And they are wonderful. He passed them by executive action in spring of last year, and immediately I featured them on this channel in a breaking news report that night, and immediately members of this channel started getting them, and they've been getting them ever since. They're stimulus checks, A, B, and C for 2023. We're going to go over each of them one at a time in this broadcast. Then came Congress, and they passed more stimulus checks, E through K, that came thereafter in a bill, just a few weeks after Joe Biden's executive actions. I'm going to go over those E through K in just a second. And yes, one of those E through K are the checks, is the check that was changed and expanded dramatically by the Biden administration overnight. Then we'll go over to stimulus checks L and M, N and O, and P and Q. Later in this broadcast, we're going to go over the latest coins to be tracking. And you don't have to wait for today's broadcast because it was already in the membership newsletter before the sunrise came up on the West Coast today. Ash and alluvium are the coins you want to be stalking right now, but look at those major moves across the board. And also be looking at the major news of the other coins. There's a bit, Mana, Decentraland, and Ethereum. And also be looking at what happened with the stocks and the jobs report as well. We'll be jumping into the charts. We have a lot of exciting details. But first, let's go into those first 3 checks. Those first 3 checks, A, B, and C, are for you, SSI. Have you got to them? Well, I'm going to show you how to get them starting right now. Become a member, join LALATE, and go right in this video where it says join the channel. And get ready to learn about Stimulus Check A starting right now. Stimulus Check A is a $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. It's absolutely wonderful. It's for 2023, and it's law, and it's been passed, and it's just incredible. How do you get it? Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, join the channel. And step 3, go into that membership newsletter, click the link, and go get that beautiful $6,500 to $12,000 stimulus check. I'll go over that membership newsletter with you after Stimulus Check C. But we're not done there yet. We're going to go next to Stimulus Check B, which is $50,000 to $80,000. The reason why Stimulus Check B is such a fan favorite is it pays on average about 18 months of stimulus checks. You want lots of stimulus checks, and this is 18 months, but not just 18 checks, 18 months of stimulus checks. And how many checks per month? About 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. Success stories coming in every day. If you've had success stories, send to me on private message. I'll feature it on air. Fast stimulus. And here's one of the beautiful success stories. Frank Mancuso became a member in less than 30 days. What did he walk away with? Nearly $50,000. 18 months of utility stimulus checks, 18 months of high-speed internet, 18 months of mortgage. Folks, that is not 18 checks. That is dozens and dozens of checks, and it's a lot of money. It's fast stimulus. It's your opportunity. It's Stimulus Check B. I like Stimulus Check B because it pays so many months of stimulus checks. Now, in addition to Stimulus Check B, then after that in the membership newsletter, Stimulus Check C. Stimulus Check C, of course, came from Joe Biden. And that Stimulus Check C is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. You may have 4 utility bills per month, don't you? Well, that's a lot of checks. If it's 18 months, it's a lot of money. Again, all these stimulus checks on that graphic, A to Q, are for you. SSI, go get it. SSDI, go get these stimulus checks. SSA, veterans, low income. These are 2023 stimulus checks, law, passed. Members of the channel have been getting them. Become a member and welcome all the wonderful brand new members who are getting these huge stimulus checks. Let's now go to Stimulus Check C in that list, which is rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. It's been on this channel for over 2 years. It got expanded by the Biden administration. And how much money can you get for these beautiful numbers of Stimulus Check C? Stimulus Check C is for rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And let's look at those huge numbers that other members have gotten. Do you want $30,000 of rent? Of course you do. Become a member. Go right down in this video and join the channel. Then in that membership newsletter, Stimulus Check C, it tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it for 12 different beautiful places for rent. Do you want $30,000 of rent? Become a member right now. Utilities. Well, look at this. Now, this was then, viewers are now getting upwards of $15,000 and 18 months of beautiful utilities. Become a member. Go into the membership newsletter down to Stimulus Check C, and go get some utilities. All your utilities, get them paid. Combinations of checks. Niece's at $23,000. She went to $50,000. Mark was at $32,000. He went to $50,000. Then $100,000. Then $166,000. And here's Lorraine. She was at $105,000, and she went to $155,000. Of stimulus check C, Dragon, triple member to all three channels and wonderful volunteer, has gotten $170,000 of 2023 stimulus checks for you, SSI, SSDI, veterans, low income, from stimulus checks A, B, and C. Johnny has helped 20 friends and neighbors get $250,000. Lorraine and Mark, all these incredible success stories can be your success story as well. Have you become a member? Do it right now. So now that we have done stimulus checks A, B, and C, now let's look at that membership newsletter and go over how it works. So step one is you go under this video and subscribe. Step two is you go under the video, hit that bell so you have all notifications set to all on. And of course, the most important step, step three, is join as a member. Go right in this video where it says join as a member. And now you get that beautiful purple hawk emoji behind your name, and you know you are a proud member of the Purple Power community. So now let's go over how the membership newsletter works. At the top of the chat, in the description of the video, and in the pinned comment, is the membership newsletter. news.lalate.com/newsletter. You go right into it, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You become a member right now, and you go right into that newsletter. It's that easy. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week because of the website, obviously. And that is pure deliciousness. Let's look at that website right now. And remember, you don't have to remember the website because I put in the top of the chat, the pinned comment, and the description of the video. Let's look at that beautiful website right now. Here it is. Join the channel and go right into that newsletter right now. It's at the top of the chat, the pinned comment, and the description of the video. Grab the password for the most recent post on your channel. It's the same password for all three of these broadcasting channels of LALATE 1, 2, and 3. And go right into that newsletter right this minute and start getting stimulus checks all across the board. Now, the newsletter has really taken off. Have you seen how it's taken off? Because boy, did it get exciting in the last week. In the last week, the newsletter not only has all your stimulus, not only has breaking news of stimulus expansions, because one of the stimulus checks we're going to go over in a second got expanded overnight, it also has resistance levels in crypto. It also has your analyst reports on the economy. It also has your major numbers that are coming in from stocks and crypto and bonds and more. It's all incredible, and it's the same newsletter for the same price across the board. So become a member and get all those incredible sums of money across the board. Now, let's go back into those stimulus checks. We're now at stimulus check E. And here we go. Here gets the exciting news. Overnight, in a buried evening news story, there was an announcement by Department of Treasury that they are expanding stimulus check E, covered on the channel for over a year. Now, before I go into the expansion, let's make this very clear. The announcement came at about 4 o'clock West Coast time on Friday night. Number two, wasn't on broadcast media, wasn't barely in print media, and I immediately featured in the membership newsletter that moment. I sent out a message to you as members. I immediately added it to the tickers under all three live shows. And if you didn't hear it, or you weren't a member of this channel, you would have missed it. And it's a godsome amount of money. That's why LALATE is number one. It's expansion of stimulus check E, and it was just a buried news story that came from Treasury on a Friday evening. Let's go over what that stimulus check E is right now, because now we're going to go over the checks from Congress. Remember, we've done A, B, and C. Now we're going over the stimulus checks E through K from Congress. And the announcement from Treasury on Friday was exactly the deliciousness we had hoped for a very long time. Stimulus check E is a $7,500 credit towards the purchase of an electric vehicle, featured on this channel for nearly 2 years. $7,500. Now, as expansively covered over the last 2 years, there were limitations on the weight of the vehicle, whether it's a car or an SUV, and all this brouhaha that Teslas did not qualify. that certain union cars did qualify. I featured extensively. Well, all the pushback against the Biden administration worked by Tesla. And now the great news today is that stimulus check E has expanded dramatically in that announcement from Treasury. On Friday, Treasury said, we're going to expand the eligibility of stimulus check E to include more vehicles than initially said. And that expansion includes not only manufacturers of vehicles, the price point of the vehicles, but also the type of the vehicles. So now a lot more people can get a lot more money than ever before. And this is stimulus check E, and it just became news less than 8 hours ago. It's fundamental. It's a lot of money. And you don't miss anything when you watch and become a member LA. The details of it is now in the membership newsletter, and it became an add-on in that membership newsletter as soon as the announcement came from Treasury last night. Again, have you become a member? You don't want to miss anything that changes for stimulus. It's all in the membership newsletter instantly as soon as the breaking details come out. No one does the scope of stimulus coverage anywhere except you, me, the Purple Power community, and LALATE. Let's continue the other stimulus checks that came from Congress after E. F is a beautiful, wonderful $4,000. G is a gorgeous 30% off. H, a $2,000 stimulus check. I and J, $8,000, and K at $14,000. Wow. Now, after that, I found more stimulus checks for you, and these are the ones L to Q. L is $100,000 of loan interest-free money. M is an $8,000 grant. N is one of the most favorite stimulus items. Why? Because it's a brand new computer, tablet, and a laptop. Don't you love that? I love that as well. Who would not want a brand new computer? It's stimulus check N, become a member, get a brand new computer. Stimulus check O, zero down payment, zero closing costs on a brand new mortgage. And then stimulus check Q is a 3% refi and an $8,000 stimulus check. Wow. Just absolutely incredible. It's days like this, or nights like last night, that you understand why you are so proud to be part of the Purple Power community. Friday night, 4 o'clock, everyone's going home for the weekend. You know, you're going out to dinner, you're putting your feet up and having a cup of coffee. And then suddenly the Biden administration expands one of the stimulus items. You know I'm not going to miss that. And it doesn't worry if you missed it, because I'm going to have it for you the next show or the next update to the newsletter just a few hours later. That's why you want to become a member. The breadth of in-depth coverage on this channel is huge, and want you to become a member right now. Go into this video, subscribe, become a member, and get these beautiful stimulus checks E through Q. Now, let's go to the other breaking news we're dealing with today, because there is a lot of it. We have everything from the jobs report that was released yesterday. The crypto coins are on fire. And also the major corporate earnings that came across the board. Boy, it's a big show across the board. Let's get a preview of what's coming up later in this broadcast. Don't you love that? Ash is on fire again, another day across the board. Ash was a coin featured just a few days ago. It is up dramatically. It is our coin of the day, our crypto coin of the day. Look at that incredible run. Alluvium was our coin of the day a few days ago and is up 15% again. I love it. Let's look at the coins across the board. We have Bit and Ethereum doing relatively flat, but there's Decentraland. I'm happy with that, aren't you, Decentraland? Ann and Dottie, aren't you happy with that? It's holding. I like that 80 cents. We look at those corporate earnings because Meta blew it out, but other companies didn't. We'll be jumping to some of the charts as well. We'll look at those resistance levels in the big second half, and we'll get a sense of why Alphabet, Amazon, and Meta went different directions late at the end of the week. And of course, we'll be looking at those job numbers that came in across the board. We'll be looking back at some more stimulus, and it's a big show. It's a big afternoon. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, we're just getting started. It's a huge new afternoon's broadcast. I'm excited you're here. And we got a lot of deliciousness coming up in the big second half as Crypto Wall Street Live heats up the big second half. See you back in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. They're at Facebook,
Twitter and Instagram, individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement is getting now in the big second half of Crypto Wall Street Live on afternoons LALATE. Boy, look at that nice hold for Bit right now. This is Bitcoin's current chart today, and it's holding at 23,400. What is the significance of that? We'll go over the latest details on the resistance levels in just a second. We'll be looking at the stocks that propelled one direction and then another after Meta reported corporate earnings. We'll be looking at the major players in crypto in just a second, and the breakout coins today, Ash and Illuvium. And you don't have to wait for today's broadcast because it already was in the membership newsletter earlier today. That is why the membership newsletter is such a big hit right now, because it has all the incredible stimulus to apply for. It has the updates on the biggest coins of the moment as soon as they're popping earlier in the day. You don't want to miss the run. You don't miss the money. You don't want to miss the guidance. And it also has the big analyst reports. How are you? Hope you're having a beautiful day. So the market ended very fascinating. We had Apple, Amazon, and Google all making interesting moves by the end of the week. And let's look and see what happened. And then we'll go into those coins. But first, let's look at those breakout coins right now to start tracking them and before we go into the analysis. The coins making interesting moves today, of course, are Bit flat, but holding at a beautiful 23,400. Ethereum flat, but holding at a great 1,700. And Decentraland with a great 80 cents and relatively strong because it had that big run up in the last week and it's holding really quite conservatively. I love that across the board. The breakout coins today, of course, are Ash and Illuvium. We'll go over those latest details across the board. And the stocks that made big news this week, of course, are Meta, parent company of Facebook. Let's go into the breaking details we're looking at across the board in today's broadcast from the shores of Santa Monica, California. So what a week it was. We started with Meta, the parent company of Facebook, reporting corporate earnings. And we thought the whole week was going to look like Meta, but it didn't. Meta was on fire and not everyone else was. Alphabet, parent company of Google, and Apple missed on top and bottom earnings reported on Friday. This was for the latest quarter. There you go. And Alphabet stock was down 3% in extended trading. Amazon, however, beat on top revenue, but it gave lighter guidance for the rest of the year. How bad was Amazon? One of its worst days in a very long time. Well, the latest details across the board, plus we have the latest details on those jobs numbers, which we're going to jump into first right now. The non-farm payroll numbers were released for the prior month on Friday, and we were looking at a read of 187,000 jobs created. What did we get? We got a read of 517,000 jobs created in December. A major beat. The 10-year Treasury note surged on the news, 3.5%. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. Get ready for this one. Amazon on Friday had its worst day since April. Excuse me? Yeah, Amazon fell 7.8% in afternoon trading after it gave weaker guidance for the rest of the year. And this is in a week in which Apple was the top performer in the Dow, and yet Amazon says it's going to be a little bit weak across the board. It was a strange day Friday. As Ford, remember they had those big numbers on sales for the F-150 and the Bronco early in the week, but then Its CEO said he left billions of dollars of profit on the table, never got those cars sold. He had a lot of cars with purchase orders and never got them delivered. That's why Deutsche Bank downgraded Ford to sell. You can't miss LA. You can't miss LA for a day because, boy, we thought Ford was looking really good on Thursday, and by Friday, it was not looking good. So Alphabet slid 3% after Google's parent company missed on expectations. And then Apple fell 2% in pre-market trading initially, but came back later on. Its overall sales fell 5% for the holiday weeks, but Amazon was the real calamity on Friday, down 4% after reporting its fourth quarter results, but it said its guidance is weaker, guidance for this year. They're expecting something around a 121 to 126 billion on revenue when analysts were looking for a 125. That is much weaker guidance. And Amazon had its worst day in many, many months. Nordstrom's made news because of a activist investor taking a stake. And Starbucks, he's heating up. Lyft has been on fire. Have you seen Lyft? It's in the ticker under all the videos. It has been on fire. But Ford left $2 billion in profits on the table in 2022, said its CEO. We can't do that, he said. You can't list $2 billion on the table. I'll take the $2 billion. Which table? Tell me which table it is. I'll go grab it. Do you know which table it is? Tell me which table it is. Maybe Sir Lane knocked over the table. That is why you can't miss all those incredible sums of money. Let's go to the coins right now. The coins really making fascinating moves across the board are first bid. Look at that run right now. I like that. Don't you like it? I love it. It's holding itself. We want to hold on bid. We do not want a pullback in any wake, form, or shape. It's holding nicely. 23,000. That is a daily chart. You want to pull out? Let's pull out a little bit and look and see how this chart has been in recent days and weeks. Here is the 1 week. So it's holding on a Saturday. How about the 1 month? Wow, look at that. Okay, I'm gonna put my mouse in the chart. So see the number on the upper left, it's changing. So there is me with my mouse. I'm going over to the left side of this mountain. So what we're looking at here are these little peaks in this chart. You see the right peaks. There's one here. There's one here. They're almost the same. That was where that breakout was. Let's go out to see where the next potential breakout could be. Okay, so we're out 3 months. Let's go out to 1 year. There you go. So you see the next break, the last breakout was here. Where would be the next breakout? You can do this with me. Put your mouse to the left peak right before that. It's right here, 24,091. Look how you learned how to do this right away. Bob Bacon was in the live chat last night. He says, I got to get caught up with this. Yeah, you're doing a great job, Bob. You're absolutely grabbing it. So the way you do this is you look at this chart. I don't care if it's stocks or crypto, bonds, real estate. It's the same thing. You pull your mouse over to the last time it reached a mountain peak, and it's over here on the left side. Here I am right here, 24,500. Where are we right today? We are right now at 23,700. We're about $800 away. So I know it's a weekend, but if you watched LALATE over the last 3 years, you know that coins run generally on Sunday afternoons. So if BIT breaks through that resistance level, of course, I'll send out a message to all my members right away. You don't want to miss that breakout. The next one after that would be really a chart up high, like here, 31. We're not going to get that just anytime soon. So with that, let's go back to what we were talking about a week ago. 24,800 was our resistance level then. The next resistance level after that was this one. Look at the right side of that chart. Y1Y, that's 1 year, 30,000. So we have a little bit of ways. And how do we find those breakout coins of the day? Here we are looking at Gemini, Gemini.com. This is very, very basic. A grade schooler can do this. Anyone can do this. You jump in the chart. You go the table, Gemini.com. You go over to the third column, click it. Now we're ranking the coins worst performing because look, the reds are first. Let's click that third column again. Now we're ranking the best performing coins. Now you see Terra's number 1. and we see Shiba Inu, number 3. Let's click it again, worst performing. Click it again, best performing. So this is how you find the best performing coins of the day. And this is where you have your opportunities to make money on the fly. Get in and get out. Don't hold if they're not the coins you want to marry. Ash, featured on the channel a day ago, having another run right today. Alluvium, 15% run as well. Why do I choose Alluvium versus a Shiba Inu? I like higher price coins. People think cheaper coins make them more money. No, cheaper coins give them more risk. I like higher price coins that have a 15 to 20% return in the last 24 hours. And I want to get in and get out. And look at that Alluvium. $100 coin up 15% in just a few hours. That's no brainer. It's very, very simple. Ash was featured on this channel 2 days ago. And that's why you have to watch Crypto Wall Street Live every day on this channel. And also on the live feed on channel 3. I almost forgot what channel I was on. Channel 3 every day at 4 o'clock, because you're going to see certain coins repeating themselves with big breakouts across the board. So there you go. What am I looking for? I'm looking for coins over 20 cents for a breakout for the day with a 15% upside. Get in, get out. I'm not going to hold them indefinitely. Make my profit, get out, and then do it again. I stay away from coins under $1, and I stay away from coins that are relatively flat, and I don't buy and just hold and leave the coin away and not take a look at it. Meta is the reason why Decentraland had a big run this week. Let's remember why. They both do the same thing, or aspire to do the same thing. Meta, the metaverse. Decentraland, the metaverse. But Decentraland is already a player. And as Meta gets better, Decentraland will get higher price across the board. So anytime you hear Meta news that's good, go right and look at your Decentraland, because this is a big potential move across the board. For the shores of Santa Monica, California, I'm so excited you've been with me today on this brand new extended edition of Afternoons LALATE Weekend Edition. But boy, a lot of details. Jobs came in stronger than expected. More jobs created. Corporate earnings, not consistent. Amazon, Alphabet, and Microsoft doing very different things in just a few hours this week. Amazon having its worst day in many, many months. On weaker guidance, remember how important guidance is, not just the corporate earnings. And then stimulus. Why would you look anywhere else? When there's breaking news on stimulus, I don't miss it. And I make sure you don't miss it either. How do you not miss it? You become a member. Welcome to all the 100 brand new members who've joined this channel. SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans, low income. The expansion stimulus check E was featured earlier in this broadcast. If you missed it, you can replay it. It'll also be featured tonight on extended edition of Weekends edition of Evenings LALATE in prime time on Channel 1. And remember, there's 3 live shows currently. On Channel 1, LA Live, airing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. On Channel 2 is the breakout shocker of a massive hit show. It is Stimulus Live. And on Channel 3 is Crypto Wall Street Live. Meantime, get ready for some rollout of some brand new shorts. SOHRTS. Not the ones you wear, Bob. Shorts. Shorts are videos that are 60 seconds or shorter. And YouTube has expanded its shorts program, so you're going to see more shorts on this video. The reason I'm mentioning this is because a lot of people don't understand shorts. Shorts only air 60 seconds and then repeat. So don't ask, why is the video cutting off? It's 60 seconds. It's sort of like Mitch's attention span. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, thank you for joining me on a big afternoon from Santa Monica, California. Big stimulus, big news, big crypto, big Wall Street, and big financial news from America's fastest growing and now number 2 in America. Become a member. Stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.